the lyrics of the music would be on the paper scroll. We're going to see that in a minute. So the scroll is going to start unwinding, the music is going to come by, there are holes in the paper, that's the music, but the words that we can read are also on the scroll.
Wow, really like a karaoke machine.
It's really, yeah, it's a karaoke machine of the 1910s.
Welcome to Music Machine Mondays. In this episode we're looking at the Grandiola Player piano, and it's nothing like a piano. It's more like a karaoke machine that you pedal with your feet.
And this is really from the era just before the gramophone became popular. People could afford pianos already, but not everybody could play piano, of course.
No.
And for everybody who couldn't play piano, you had a player piano. You would put in a scroll with the music on it, and then pedal it with your feet, and it would start playing for you. And well, you had different types, of course. You had very luxurious types, like the reproduction piano. Now this one is something that you would have found in a living room back in the days.
Yeah.
And people would stand around.
So people would have this at home.
People would have this at home, yeah,
wow.
Absolutely. Yeah. This would be in your living room just like a regular piano. As a social activity, you would stand around it with like a group of people.
Yeah.
And then the lyrics of the music would be on the paper scroll. We're going to see that in a minute. So the scroll is going to start unwinding. The music is going to come by. There are holes in the paper. That's the music. But the words that we can read are also on the scroll.
Wow.
We're going to try that, but it's pretty difficult because it moves upside down. So the scroll is going to go this way. So the lyrics are going to come this way. But for us, that feels like the lyrics are going the wrong way.
The Grandiola Player piano was built in 1925 by stems from Dresden and the direct Pneumatic action company from London. If you ever dreamt of waking up one day and just be able to play piano fluently without having to practice, the Grandiola Piano Player is probably your best option. This instrument does not make you an instant pianist, but it does make you an instant pianolist, which is the correct term for a person playing the player piano. The secret is a pneumatic system that drives the perforated paper rolls, and the skill level of the pianolist is irrelevant. The mechanics of this instrument is driven by air pressure from pumping two pedals with your feet. Pumping the pedals faster or slower does not alter the tempo of the song, but instead make the volume higher or lower.
I can control the tempo with this special switch here.
Okay.
But that tempo is only for the quality of the music. So the faster you play the scroll, the better the music will sound, because you've got more space, you've got more timing, you've got more space to put the timing in correctly.
Yeah.
But of course, the scroll will be done earlier.
Yes.
So if you wanted longer music, you had to have it play slower, but you'll have less timing resolution.
Just
If
pedal?
it's good for you, yeah, just pedal up.
Okay, let's go.
So there you go. you start too slow, it also starts slowing down.
Yeah.
But that's because there's probably some air leaking somewhere.
Okay.
That shouldn't be the case. It really should be stable. Sometimes, because I don't know if you notice it, but you have to be a little earlier if you want to get it louder. You have to be like a half bar early, and they would put a line on the paper to make sure that you were in time. So the line would always be early enough to make sure that you had any real musical difference.
Can we change the tempo while
absolutely.
I'm pedaling?
Yeah. Don't go too slow because I do nothing. Yeah. Sweet. But now, because you are done, you always have to rewind it too.
Okay.
So there you go.
I'm pedaling.
Yeah, you're pedaling. Because there's no electricity in it. Some more luxurious version have a spring in it, and you wind up the spring while you're pedaling it, and it will rewind by itself by unleashing the string again. But this one doesn't have that, so we'll have to pedal it with our feet. Yeah.
And is it sacrilege to say that the best sound is when the paper roll rewinds?
Yeah, it is in a way, but this one is so out of tune that it's okay if you say it.
Okay. I'm thinking of, because this governor, it's very impressive that the tempo of my feet doesn't affect the tempo of the music. That blows my mind, and I'm thinking that maybe I can use something like this on the Marble Machine X.
Yeah, to make sure the tempo is always the same.
Yes, or an adjustable governor, just like this one, because I think while we're adjusting the tempo, something's happening with the governor, and then we can make the Marble Machine X wanting to play in 120 BPM, 140 BPM. That would be so cool. Have to think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
In the next episode, we're taking a look at another mechanical masterpiece. Thanks to our friends at Speelklok Museum, and thanks to you for watching.